Hey everyone, welcome to Off the Page. We have a fun-filled episode for you today. We're going to be talking a little bit about cosplay. Later on in the show, we're going to have Angelica Northam come on the show and talk a little bit about cosplay and some tips and tricks for folks who want to get into it. And toward the end of the show, stay tuned as we have our little versus segment. Today we're going to be Batman versus Superman.
I tell you, get that spit curl going right here.
Christopher
Reeves, I'm ready.
Well, yeah, well, we'll see, because you know what, Batman's my man, as you can tell, so so definitely have a little fun with that a little bit later on. And so one thing that we want to talk about today is about cosplay. I'm sure if you've ever gone to any of the comic book shows here in the city or anything like that, you've seen a lot of Batman, Superman, Loki's walking around. So it's really quite a thriving community, and really excited to talk about it. What are your thoughts on cosplay, Chris?
I tell you, some of those people put a lot of effort into those costumes. Like, it's amazing. Some of the stuff you see, rivals the stuff you see on TV. Heck, some of it's even better. You know, you see some of these pictures people post online of the Fantastic Four movie and Dr. Doom in his garbage bags compared to stuff where people are legitimately hammering out their own armor, and it looks 100 times better than some of the things they go and just the level of craftsmanship is amazing.
Oh, it is. And I mean, there's actual competitions that happen now for it, and I mean, people can walk away with major prizes, big money with it, and it's amazing the hours that go into it. I mean, it's almost, for some people, it's like a second job.
Yeah, well, so some people actually make jobs of it, right? They've got their YouTube channels showing how they do their makeup, how they put stuff together. They get paid to go on these trips all over the place to just make appearances. Like, it's amazing. And some of these people actually practically live as their characters. I'm sure everybody's seen the video of the Deadpool guy running around, photobombing everybody and dancing. It's like, now that we think about it, maybe that's been Ryan Reynolds the entire time.
Oh, wait, what? Who knows, right?
Yeah,
it's just crazy. And I mean, I've also seen, the way that people do the characters, some of them even have like steam coming out, or it's just amazing, the realism that you can see in these costumes. And we're really excited on the show to be talking to some experienced cosplayers and seeing just what goes into it. I mean, it's amazing how many hours and, blood, sweat, and tears, really.
Yeah, the details and everything else that they put in. And, and some of the characters they choose too. It's not just, Batman, Spider-Man, Superman, the Hulk. They'll find obscure characters and bring them to life in a way that people would never expect to see them.
And TV shows, for instance, Angelica actually, she does a lot from Once Upon a Time. So, we'll get to definitely talk to her about that and see what she has to say about it. All right, folks, so stay tuned as when we come back, we're going to have Angelica Northam on, talk a little bit more about cosplay. And then don't forget, toward the end of the show, we're going to be doing Batman versus Superman. Well, you're going to see Batman take that one on. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Off the Page. Be sure to stay tuned. A little bit later on in the show, Chris and I go against each other as Batman versus Superman. So prepare to watch Batman take Superman out there. And to start off, really happy to have Angelica Northam with us on the show today. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for coming on. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been cosplaying for, 12 years now. I'm a huge geek in the community. I go to conventions all across Canada and the US. I go to the conventions here in town, and I'm actually on the committee for the local anime convention here.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was one of the last conventions that you've been at?
We had a winter event, Winterfest, this past Saturday, actually. I was there. The last convention I went to was Ai-kon last July.
Okay.
Yeah.
What got you into cosplay? Seems like a pretty unique kind of hobby to gravitate towards.
Well, I used to watch a lot of cosplayers online, and then my first year ever going to Ai-kon, a friend of mine said, "Have you ever considered cosplaying? It's a great way to break the ice, get to know people."
Yeah.
And then I didn't sew a whole lot, so I can't do that. No. So he actually, for my birthday, bought me my first costume. It was Kikyo from Inuyasha.
Okay.
And I was hooked ever since, so I started making my costumes after that.
Oh, okay. What are for our viewers? What are some of the things that go into making a costume? I mean, they're pretty elaborate. A lot of the costumes that we see.
A lot of tears.
A lot of tears.
No, it's a lot of passion. I love doing it. I do everything from drafting my patterns to scouring the internet for things online and everything like that.
Oh, okay.
But a lot of love goes into them.
A lot of man hours, I would assume, and
Some, yes. Some I've made one in a day, and I've made one it's taken me about 400 hours.
I can't imagine doing anything for 400 hours.
That would be quite
Very
something.
long time.
And so where do you get a lot of the inspiration, though? Especially if you're going to a show. What tells you I'm going to do this cosplay?
Sometimes it depends on which show I'm going to. Like if it's like a comic book convention, sometimes if there's a guest there that I'd really like to see, I might make a costume from that series or the movie, or a lot of it has to do with group costumes with friends.
Okay.
So like we've done our own original versions of the Zodiac or Sailor Moon, Game of Thrones.
Okay. Also, when people think about cosplayers, they think about people walking around in costumes at conventions and things, but I also understand that cosplayers do a lot in the community for charities and things like that. Can you maybe elaborate a little bit on that?
I've done many events actually as a princess. I've been The Little Mermaid, I've done Cinderella, Belle, Elsa, Anna.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've done a lot of various ones for the Salvation Army. I've done the Kidney Walk.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are some of your memorable reactions from kids and adults?
I'd have to say not that long ago, I was at this one event at Deer Lodge Community Center, and the second I walked in, this little girl ran up to me and just jumped in my arms, and she would not let go. Her mom could not get her to let me go, and it was just she was crying. It was just so adorable.
All right. What are some of your tips or advice for somebody who's watching the show today and is like, I'd really like to get into cosplay?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I would have to say everyone has to start somewhere. Most cosplayers are very nice. We're always willing to help out. So if you have questions or anything like that,
Yeah.
send us a message online on Facebook. I've got a Facebook page. I get asked questions a lot from beginners all the way up to people that are intermediate that are looking to step up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't expect to be a professional the first time, right? You
No.
you gotta crawl before you can
I think,
walk.
oh goodness, I was about 10 years into cosplaying before I won my first Masters Award.
Okay. And you just have fun with it every day, and
Oh yeah, sometimes you get upset if something doesn't work the way you want. The best thing for that is to step back and take your time and then go back at it.
How many costumes would you say you've probably made or have over the time?
Nearing maybe the 50 to 100 mark.
Oh, okay.
I've made a lot.
What are some of your favorites? Like,
I am always going to be a fan of my Aerith costumes from Final Fantasy VII and pretty much anything Sailor Moon.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I guess yes too. For what are some of your favorite shows that you've been to?
Ai-kon is always gonna, have a special place in my heart because I am on the committee for it, and it was my first ever convention. I've been going every year since 2004. KatsuCon is an amazing event to go to. The cosplays and the costumes there are they're top notch. I was so impressed there.
What's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you when you're cosplaying?
Well, I remember one year I had actually just bought this Supergirl costume from Party Stuff, I think. And because the costume I was working on, I didn't finish it.
Oh, okay.
So I was walking in, and this one guy comes up to me and tells me that Supergirl doesn't wear that color skirt with that outfit.
Oh no.
And he would not like leave me alone until I said, I just bought this like 2 hours ago. I'm sorry.
So a little bit of trial and error and just taking it with a grain of salt, I guess.
A little bit, yeah, but I wouldn't change any of my experiences for the world. You learn so much, and it kind of helps you become more into the community.
All right, everyone, stay tuned. When we come back from break, Chris and I are going to go against each other as Superman versus Batman. So we're going to watch Batman take Superman out. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Off the Page. Mike was feeling a little bit jealous about Angelica, so he ran off to get his Batman costume. But while we're waiting for him to come back, Angelica's going to tell us a little bit about the costume she brought with her today.
Okay, so this is one that I made for Otaku-thon a couple years ago now. A big group of us were doing the Chinese Zodiac.
Cool.
So this one is the Year of the Dog. And
Hence the dogs on the front?
The little foo dogs there. Yeah, I did everything from drafting the bodice here to drafting the skirt. I hand stitched all this lace on here personally. And the bodice here is it's got stabilizer in it. It's all fully boned, so it's got all the structure.
So when you're saying draft, you're actually like hand drawing the pattern and cutting out the pieces all individually. You're doing this yourself, not finding it anywhere else, or?
No, not on this one. This one was all hand done by me.
That's impressive.
It takes a lot of work and a lot of learning, but once you've learned the basics of the pattern drafting, you can generally figure it out from doing the math.
One to the next, kind of. You know what piece fits where, and
exactly.
Then, cool.
Yeah.
That's really really neat. So you had like a full zodiac. Everybody had their own sign, or did you guys pick
Not
and
at the
choose kind of
event.
like your favorite?
Some people couldn't make it,
Oh,
but we had, I think, out of 12, I think we had 6 or 7 of us
Well, that's a pretty
from
good
the one
showing.
event.
Did you guys choose like based on birth years and go like full on exactly who should be what, or was it just kind of pick and choose?
We tried to. Unfortunately, a lot of us were born in similar years.
Oh,
I'm actually Year of the Tiger, but then we all just picked ones that we thought fit our personality.
yeah, you lost that arm wrestling match and
Yeah.
got dog instead of tiger.
It's okay, I like dogs.
Right on. Sounds good. I like dogs too. How about this one?
This one here is Princess Serenity from Sailor Moon. I drafted this one as well. Everything from the stitching over there, you see all of
the stitching?
pearls, all
Pearls,
the
yeah.
lace. It's actually,
Real pearls?
I wish.
Oh,
No, I actually found those on eBay. There, you can get actually really good deals if you've got time to shop online. Every single individual crystal on the
These ones?
gold
These ones?
piece there,
Oh,
yep,
yeah.
those there are individually placed using Play-Doh and the back of a paintbrush.
neat. So you're standing over with like a
Yeah, you get
magnifying
your
glass and a pair of tweezers and going. Wow, you have way more patience than I do. It's
Sometimes,
no way.
yeah, it takes a lot. I think this one overall, all of the beadwork and the crystalling took about 100 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, people really need to see this. This is crazy. In like an inch square, she's got like 20 little crystals all together. Like this dress is amazing. She's got this huge train. How long is this?
Goodness, 3-4 feet. It gets stepped on a lot.
I'm trying not to step on it. I'm not doing it, but yeah, check that out. So you're walking around dragging this around with you?
Yes.
All right, yeah, that looks really cool. Thanks so much for telling us about your costumes you brought in and coming in today.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Off the Page. And now for our versus segment, Chris and I, we're going to go head to head as Batman versus Superman. All right, Chris, are you ready?
What as ready as Batman's going to be when Superman nukes him with laser vision from orbit.
Oh, from orbit, eh?
That's how ready I am.
Well, you know what? I think Batman, he's my man. He's got this. Don't forget, who is it that that keeps the kryptonite for safekeeping in case Superman ever goes AWOL?
In case Superman ever goes crazy, Batman has kryptonite.
We're dealing with an alien here.
That's very true. Well, what are you, Donald Trump? Come on. Lex Luthor in disguise here. Now, Superman, even with kryptonite, is still going to beat Batman because kryptonite has to be near Superman to affect him. You know, when you're talking about a guy who can like fly to the other side of the sun and blast Batman off the planet anyway, kryptonite doesn't matter at that point.
I don't know about that because you know what? Batman has also perfected it so that way he can shoot the kryptonite at Superman faster than Superman can move. So, you know, and I mean, let's face it too. Yes, Superman has more strength than Batman, but one thing that Batman does is he thinks out his moves ahead of time. He's very calculating, very tactical, and I mean, he's got the toys to boot.
That's where he fails, though. If he never sees it coming, he won't have the time to beat Superman.
That's where the Bat computer comes in.
The Bat computer, it doesn't have spider sense. It's not going to see that it's coming. When Superman decides to take Batman out, Batman's a blue and gray smear on the pavement when Superman's done with him.
That's why Batman's going to be wearing his Arkham suit, so that way it's not beat up by Superman.
Okay, he'll get crushed into a tiny cube like in a car compactor, and they're going to send him for recycling. But, you know, if you were going to say, Chris, you know what, Batman's movies made more money, okay, I'll give you that.
Yes.
Batman's comic books sell more, I'll give you that. Batman's video games are better, oh, no brainer.
Yeah.
Batman's video games are better. I mean, Superman 64, you know, one of the worst games of all time. But if we're talking straight up, knockdown, drag out, fist fight, Superman is going to win if he decides he needs to win that fight. The only chance that Batman has is the fact that Superman's too nice a guy to just straight up annihilate him.
I don't know about that. You know what? But I think deep down they do have a respect for each other.
They do, you know, grudging respect maybe in some cases, you know, maybe a little bit of fear back and forth, you know, maybe some of the other Justice League members keep them in check, you know, maybe, you know, Wonder Woman holding the reins on both of them there, and we'll see when the movie comes out, Batman versus Superman. I guess that's when we're really going to go. We're going to have to get popcorn, sit front row, and, you know, argue throughout the whole movie before they kick us out who's going to actually end up winning that thing.
You know what? And I think I will walk out the victorious person in this. I really do.
I don't know. We'll see, but I'm not holding my breath.
Thanks for watching Off the Page today, folks. For more information on Angelica Northam, be sure to check out our Facebook page, where you'll be able to find both her website and an email address for her as well. And please make sure you vote lots and lots for Batman versus Superman.
Vote Superman, vote often.
Vote Batman. Vote Batman. He is the man for the job. Thanks for joining us today, and thanks for watching Off the Page.